how we experience and how we express our feeling habit.
Yeah, and I was just pulling out my notebook when she called because I wanted to look at my notes. What it
All right,
about. So let me peek real quick because I did have some stuff come up. It was really interesting.
Yeah, you pull out your notes, and I'm going to go ahead and share some things, and we'll come back to it.
Okay, thanks.
So last Thursday, we had the event in San Francisco, and we had 2 registrations into the quantum shift. So I was very happy about that. And then yesterday, I got an email that they made a mistake on their calendar, and there's a conflict. Damn it. Yeah. Well, it was awesome that it happened, you guys, because keep in mind, you know, I led for a lot of years and dealt with this same exact energy all the time, but never distinguished it as something. Now I can see it as my feeling habit. I mean, it was destructive for me over the years when I would register people into the Landmark Forum or register people into the seminar, and then within that same week or anytime, they would call and cancel, or not even call, just cancel or not show up. And this energy would well up inside of me. Well, now I've noticed that is the same exact energy of my feeling habit. And my feeling habit, to remind you, is I feel like I'm going to lose everything. I feel like I'm going to lose it all. And so that was there. And so I wish they hadn't canceled. They do want to do the next one, but I said, well, I don't even know when that's going to be. But that forced me to put some dates in my calendar. So I've got dates that you all don't have now. We're going to do the heart shift at my house in September. We're going to do, well, I won't go through all that. I'll give this to y'all, you know, next week when we have our real meeting. But anyhow, one of the way I labeled this was I feel, now this is nasty, okay, you guys, I'm going to give you like a nasty side of me. It feels like people just lie, L-I-E. Now, I know that's really not true, but that's what it feels like. Like I'm surrounded by a bunch of fucking liars. They have no access to their word. They don't know, they have no honor whatsoever. I mean, I just go crazy, right? But anyhow, so that was that. Let me see if there's something else that came up. There was a couple other things that came up, but I won't drag you through that mud. But I did hear something that I loved, and it was 2 metaphors for feeling something. One was, I feel like the word shatter. I feel like the sound made running my finger wet on the outside of a wine glass. I feel like the sound that gets made when somebody scratches a chalkboard. I don't know. I thought those were very powerful metaphors. Okay. Larry, did you find your notes?
I did. I found a little bit. And it's funny because I actually wrote down lie as one of the things, but I didn't write anything else around it. And then I put, my feeling habit is that I feel like I'm going to disappoint people.
Yeah.
And I wrote down that they disappoint me. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And I can just remember several conversations where I was talking to people, and they seemed enrolled in something, and then they would realize it was a lot more.
Yes.
And they would. It's like they wanted to pick and choose. I'll do the easy stuff, but I don't want to do the hard things.
Right. And so did you notice that the energy was the same energy? The energy.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So then you guys look at the screen if you can, And this is the first exercise. So keep in mind, people come into the room hearing the Rainbow Connection. Then I'm going to walk them through the lyrics. And I don't know yet what I'm going to do with these lyrics, but I promise you it'll be magic. Whatever it is, we're going to tease this out, and it's going to work. Then we're going to lead them into the first exercise, and it's called I Am Different. So I want you to take a moment and consider what makes you different from others. This is not an easy thing to think through, I don't think. Earlier, I thought a couple things, and I could kick myself in the ass that I didn't write them down because they were so real for me. I thought, oh, I won't lose this. But I have kind of lost it, you know? One thing that I think makes me different is I'm always annoyed. And I am for myself that other people aren't that way. I feel like I'm different. I'm annoyed and have to get off it constantly. Another thing that I feel like makes me different from others is I try really hard to tell the truth, but I think most people lie. Believe me, I'm not saying this is facts, okay? I'm just telling you, this is like what I see, like when I dig down, I say, well, I think this makes me different. The other thing that makes me different is I blame oh, that's right. This is the one I didn't write down, but at least it's there. This is a big one. I'm going to write it down now. I blame others for my breakdowns or my shortcomings. Now,
That's
another
huge.
thing different is that I notice it and I know that it's not true. Like I know, like I can't even think of a breakdown in this moment, but when one shows up, I'll let you know. But when something breaks down around me, my mind quickly goes to who I can blame. Now, until I did this exercise, I didn't quite realize that.
Wow.
And I think that makes me different. And it makes me feel like I have to hide something. So that's the other thing that makes me different. I feel like I have to hide something. So that's kind of what came up for me. So give yourself a moment to think it through, or you can, whatever's there for you now, what makes you different? And just like you don't like me as much, I probably won't like you as much either, so spit it out. Can't hear you, Rasha.
Oh, I unmuted myself.
No, I can barely hear you. You're like far away.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. Your microphone must be turned down. Oh, wait a minute. You're on a plug-in headset, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's better.
Okay.
Not
So
much.
I feel what makes me different is I feel I have to appease others.
But wait, would it be I'm different because I do appease others, or is it I have to appease others?
I have to appease others.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got it.
I blame others for my sense of or my feeling trapped.
For my feeling.
Trapped.
Oh,
So
for my feeling trapped. TRAPPED.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
So that's where my anger and irritation comes from. When you said, I feel like I'm irritated and I have to get off it. And
All the time.
I'm like, oh, I feel trapped. That's why I feel like.
Yeah, I'm annoyed all the fucking time.
I'm right there with you, honey. Not different.
That's good, Rasha. Thanks. Anybody?
So I'm just going to go with the thoughts that are surfacing right now.
Good. Thank you.
What makes me different for me is that I think I'm deeply insightful.
Mm.
But here's the dirt, some of the dirt is that I have it that I'm really a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
At like my core.
Yeah. Anything else that you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear that.
I said anything else?
Not right now, no.
Okay. Larry, what makes you different?
I've got Monty just showed up from vacation. Can I just a minute? Literally, they're at the car.
Yeah.
So I got to say hi, and I don't know for sure, but I kind of got a thought of when you were talking. So let me come back to it.
All right.
I'll be right back on the pause.
Okay.
I'm just gonna mute.
So while he's doing that, keep in mind, these are people in the room, and I'm asking them to do the same thing, right? And they are going to consider what makes them different, and they're going to do it by themselves. Then we're going to bring them into their group, and in your group, share and discuss what you see. Drill down and consider how those differences make you feel. So like one of the things I said was, I feel like I have to hide something. Like a lot came up for me, you guys, that I was going to share with you, that I blame others for my breakdowns and whatever that other thing, insufficiencies or whatever I said. And that I'm annoyed all the time. And how that made me feel was I felt like I had something to hide. That was a big thing that came up for me. You with me? I'm going to assume that you said yes. Either
Yes.
that or we're breaking up and you can't hear me. So take a look for you. So Rasha, I have to appease others and I blame others for my feeling trapped. How do those differences, the thing that makes you feel different from other people, how does that make you feel?
So this is the feeling trapped. The feeling. Right? Because appeasing them, it's not out of the, like, I want to do that.
No.
Right? Like being backed into something and feeling I have to do that.
Right.
And it's very interesting. So it's this
Hi guys, I am back. I can't hear anybody though.
this anxiety, this feeling like I'm being chased is like being trapped, right? There's no.
All right, what happened?
Did you?
I can hear
you, Rasha, perfectly.
I hear it also.
And then I heard Larry come on and said he couldn't hear us, but I heard him.
Yes.
Larry, can you hear us now?
I can hear you breaking up.
Do you have an earpiece or do you have to do it on speaker?
No, I'll go back to the earpiece, but I put Monty in the driver's seat so I can pay attention.
Thanks, Ronnie. Good to see you, sort of.
Hi, Thomas.
We love you, darling. We miss you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm on a headset.
Okay. So consider for a moment, Larry, what makes you different from other people?
I'm having a hard time with the context. So, and this is around the feeling habit, right?
Well, not necessarily. The feeling habit simply is to just have you thinking a particular way. It's not necessarily anything to do with the feeling habit at all at the moment. Just in general.
Okay.
How do you consider yourself different?
that it's hard to describe. So it seems such a broad question. There's so many areas.
It's kind of
But-
broad.
Yeah, and I'd say
Well, let me tell you what we said, and that might help.
okay, that might help. Yeah.
One thing that I think makes me different is that I blame people for my breakdowns.
Okay.
I have a breakdown or some insufficiency, and all of a sudden I'm looking for who I can blame for that. It's like automatic. And
Okay.
I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed all the time. I don't think other people are annoyed. I don't think
Mhm.
other people walk around blaming other people. I think that makes me different.
I do.
And then how that makes me feel, it makes me feel like I have to hide something. Like I'm embarrassed. Right this second, saying it out loud again, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
Rasha said that one of the things that she feels like makes her different is that she has to appease other people. And she blames people for her feeling trapped. And then
And
Charlie said,
I can relate to that.
yeah, Charlie said that what makes him different is that he's deeply insightful. And that at the core, though, he's a really bad person.
And can I add something to that?
Yeah, of course.
And the reason I think I'm bad is because I have those thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people shouldn't be pulling out in front of me. I mean, there's a myriad of them, but it's all
Right.
gives me that same feeling.
Those attack thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. So does that help stir anything up for you, Larry?
It does, but I really related to Rosh's more than anything. That's pretty much, it almost sounded like something I would say.
Mhm.
But
That you have to appease others?
yeah, that I feel that I do feel like I feel like I need to appease them or they'll think I'm bad, sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Uh-huh.
I can get that, Larry.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit harder for you to express yourself right now because you're surrounded with people, so we got that.
Yeah, that and I was just I apologize. I'm just terribly distracted in the city and not being able to park somewhere and really be legally parked. So I'm looking around to make sure that I'm not going to get attacked by a cop or.
Right. Well,
So it's been difficult.
let's come up with as many feeling metaphors as we can.
Okay.
I feel like, so I'm just going to make a list of things I made up. I feel like I feel like I'm lost. I feel like the word shatter. I feel like the sound made when scratching a chalkboard. I feel like the sound made when running my wet finger around a wine glass. I feel like what? Just metaphorically, I feel like and they're not your feelings, you guys. I'm just looking for as many metaphors as we can come up with.
Oh.
Broken.
I feel like I'm broken. Very good.
I feel like I'm underwater.
I feel like I'm underwater. Beautiful.
I feel like I'm trapped.
I feel like I'm trapped. Oh, hey there, Robert.
Hey, did we not start at 6:30?
We started at 6.
Oh, when did I know that?
I sent out a text and asked everybody if they could. And for whatever reason, I haven't gotten any responses from you on any text. So I don't know if you just don't see them or what. But anyway, thank you for being here now. It was my breakdown. And so I asked if we could start early tonight because of my breakdown.
Okay, yeah, I didn't get a text that says that, so I'm sorry.
You didn't? Oh, wow.
No, I don't see. And one more question before we move on. The workbook, I don't see a way to download the workbook.
You know why? Because I sent you a freaking email talking about a notebook that I didn't attach.
Okay.
So
All
it's,
right,
on,
I'm good.
it's on your screen right now.
I see it now. Okay, on the screen. All right, thank you.
Thanks. So feeling metaphors. Anything else? I feel like I'm walking through a swamp.
I feel like I'm naked.
Ooh, baby. I feel like
I'm too smart.
too smart. Now that's not metaphoric, but that's good anyway. Feel like
I have to do it all.
have to do it all. Again, that's not metaphoric, but good. Have to do it all.
I
feel petrified. What were you going to say? Did I cut you off, Charlie?
yeah. So it's been hot here too,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's too hot to handle.
Too hot to handle.
And I have something I want to add to that if I can.
Yeah, of course.
My truck was in the sun, and I went to start it the other day, and I put the key in the ignition. It was so hot I couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah.
But it's like a burning hot. Anyways,
Mhm.
had to let
I
go.
had that problem this morning
Yeah.
with a tool outside. I couldn't use it. I had to go get gloves.
Oh my.
I feel like, so the picture that comes to my mind, like when I'm that angry and annoyed, you know, in the cartoons when they have like the angry person and then they explode,
Yeah.
Yes.
they just go like a balloon that has too much. Know how to say
I
it.
feel like a balloon bursting.
Mm.
Like a bursting balloon.
A bursting balloon. Very good. All right, great. So what we're going to, so ideally what will happen is we'll do the I am different work, and hopefully you guys, I'm going to send this to you. I want you to read through the first part, get a feel for it, so we can see if this exercise is going to take people where we want to take them. So stay with me.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
I feel like I can't feel anything.
Yes, I feel like I can't feel. That's good. Anything. Yeah, that's great. I feel like I'm numb. That would be a metaphor. Okay, so they drill down. Then we ask them, create feeling metaphors, and we give them these that we made up as examples that they can play from. And they're going to do that in their groups. Then, all right, so keep in mind, this is a change, guys. Are you with me? So
I didn't hear
Robert,
that. This is a change.
this is a change from the original format, not severely, but it's a change from the original format. So let me give it to you. They come in and they hear the song, the Rainbow Song. They sit down, I welcome them, and we go through the lyrics. And I'm going to flesh out something. I don't know what it is, but I promise you it's going to be awesome. Then we're going to do the I am different exercise. Then they're going to work on creating feeling metaphors. Do you understand what I'm doing here? Do you know why this is happening? Anybody?
To drill down to the feeling habit.
Eventually, I want to drill down to the feeling habit, but I'm forcing them to get in touch with thoughts about feelings so they can do the work.
Mm.
If they come in and my first thing is sit down and start working on your feeling habit,
I agree.
right? There's just nothing there. So this is to get something stimulated that has no context. It doesn't have any context. And they say, what makes you different? Now they're going to talk to their groups and they're going to talk about shit. Then I say, come up with feeling metaphors. Well, that's the feeling metaphors is not threatening. Make up anything they want. You with me? Then I go into the feeling conversation. And there's a place here for them to take notes. And then as we talk about the whole world of feeling, keep in mind, it's a detailed, in-depth conversation. I'm going to compare feeling to emotion. I'm going to compare feeling as a noun versus feeling as a verb. So they'll get in touch with what we're doing. Then we talk about feeling habits. And each one of us is going to share our feeling habit with the room. And they're going to start to work on theirs in the group. Everybody with me?
So they're going to do that one assignment before they come in.
The 12 by 12 they'll do before they come in.
So, I just want to tell you where my brain went. Because for mine, almost felt like some of my 12 by 12, this is like the shadow side.
Yeah.
Of my 12 by 12, right? Because I'm caring, I'm nurturing, like those are so my brain just went there, and I think it's important for you to distinguish for people at some point. They don't have to go down that path. This is just if it comes up. I'm just telling you what happened for me so that if it comes up, you can say, you don't need to go down that lane. You don't even, we're just trying to feel. Just trying to feel.
Are you talking about the feeling habit?
I'm talking about the 12 by 12.
But 12 by 12, we haven't done that yet. They came in with it, but we haven't done anything with it.
Right, but this exercise may trigger that thought.
Maybe I'm not following you. So help me again.
So Charlie, what were your top 3 on the 12 by 12? Oh, you're
So you lost me on the 12 by 12. What's the 12 by 12?
the 12 quality.
Sent out 12, yeah.
Oh, I don't have them with me right now, but it was like, I don't have them with me.
Okay, good. Now, this is good to just note, Charlie. Have them, you guys, have all of these in one little place, like have a little notebook with them, so that we can pull them out at any point.
Okay.
Now, I want to
idea.
acknowledge that I don't have mine either. So I'm not coming after you. I'm just saying, this is something that we want to have.
Oh,
I had them all.
The 12 by 12 was to get to drill down into, like mine, nothing ever works out for me, right? It's to get down to.
No,
The 12 is.
Oh, it's our qualities.
It's
I'm
your
sorry.
neat, gift.
Our 3 top qualities.
yeah, it's your 3 unique characteristics and
right.
qualities. Okay, so what Rasha is saying is, so we are going to have people walk in the room having already done that work to get down to their 3 unique characteristics and qualities.
Right.
And then she said, they're going to come in and now I'm going to have them do this stuff and something is going to come up, but I still haven't gotten what you mean yet, Rasha.
I say something about it real quick because I have a feeling I can give it a different spin and maybe you'll hear it differently.
Go ahead.
I think what she's trying to say is what, remember Joanne talked about how it kind of brought up negative feelings when she did 12 by 12, like it really bothered her that people didn't respond or or what they said was, I think that is that right? Is that the bad feelings will come up and they're saying that maybe to preface them that they don't do on that. It's not about that.
Is that it, Rasha? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I got that. All right, perfect. Perfect. So maybe what I'll do
She
is
said, I like the way Rush languaged that.
Okay. So maybe when they come in, I'll acknowledge that we are the 12 by 12 exercise we're not going to deal with until later. They can just set that aside and they shouldn't have any thought whatsoever. But are you thinking that maybe I have to address something more than that, Rasha?
I don't think you have to address it.
I think if it comes up or somebody says, well, these are the shadows of my 12 by 12, or these are like the opposites of my 12 by 12.
Oh, that may not be a problem. That might actually be helpful. All right, I'll play with that a little bit more and just see where it goes. Okay, so we do the feeling metaphor. Now we come all the way down to the feeling habit. At this moment, I need you guys to look at this with me. All right, feeling habit. A specific feeling that you have over and over. It triggers emotions that are connected to thoughts, which then turn into stories. These stories collectively turn into limiting beliefs, which lead to the perpetuation of the small self. I'm going to take the mind house out, because the only people who are going to relate to the mind house are those who did the last series, and I don't think that's going to matter. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Exactly, because you and Larry weren't there. So, yeah, I don't think we need that. Fill in the blank. I feel like, use your notes from the earlier exercise. Now, keep in mind, what you guys are seeing, it skips a lot of meat because there's been work happening before we got to here. You understand?
Yes.
So this is not going to be like, what? No, we've already fleshed it out. We kind of give them a world. I see you looking though, Rasha, like there's something. So tell me what it is.
Okay, so I'm thinking at this point, we can just take the whole, it triggers emotions, because then you don't have to go into all of that.
All
It's like
right.
it's something you have over and over again, and really what it triggers is thoughts, which you turn into stories.
All right. Good.
Real, like we act like it's real, like I act, and I feel like I'm being chased. I authentically react to that. I physically react to it. The words that come out of my mouth, it's like we believe it's real. Like we think the story is real.
As you do the training, do you have bullet points, Thomas, that you're watching as you see what I'm saying?
As I'm
bullet points that you're looking at to hit? Well, I guess what I'm trying to get to is, could we see those bullet points? Or could that be printed out so they're following you as you take them through the steps?
I think you sent something like 2 weeks ago, but
there's a worksheet.
Yeah.
But Charlie, here,
the
Robert, look at the cover sheet. There's a contents sheet.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I didn't see any of that, so that's great. Okay.
So this is their workbook, is what you're looking at, so that they can do the program. And Robert, I start off with the heart shift distinctions.
Okay, great.
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah.
I want to let you know you're approaching 7 o'clock.
Thank you, sir. Okay, and all right, let's see. Where am I here?
But I really like what you did to that last statement, how you made it. It's concise.
Yeah.
It's really concise.
Rasha, do you have this document?
No, he'll send it to us.
Okay.
All right. So this is the end of this part. So do the forgiveness meditation. That's for this week, okay? The forgiveness meditation. And if you guys would, I'm going to send this to you. Go through it. Pick it apart. Get an idea of the flow.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
next week, we can, like, I want to make sure this exercise we just went through does the work. And the work is they get conscious of feeling, and then we get them in the exercise of creating their feeling habit. Thank you guys for being early. For those of you who weren't on earlier when I announced it, let's see here, I'm going to take